Hello, everyone, and welcome. In a world just overflowing with information, trying to really get a handle on complex health topics, well, it could feel pretty overwhelming sometimes. So today, we're taking an in-depth look, a real deep dive, into a fascinating resource. It's designed to cut through all that noise, and it offers a comprehensive and actually very visually engaging guide to a topic that's often misunderstood. Hormone health, specifically testosterone. We're looking at Beyond Testosterone, the illustrated guide by Nelson Vergel. Now, this isn't just any book. It's sort of built to be a shortcut, a direct path to being genuinely well-informed. It's packed with surprising facts, things you might not expect, and it rests on a really unique foundation. Our mission today, to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, the key insights from this guide. We want to show you how just one powerful resource can really transform your understanding of your own health.
Yeah, and what's so striking here, I think, is how this source really goes beyond, a standard textbook. It manages to bring together the latest cutting-edge science with really deep personal experience and also the collective wisdom of a huge online community. So our discussion today, it won't just cover what's in the guide, but maybe more importantly, why its whole approach is so valuable for anyone looking to understand hormone optimization better.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Before we really dive into the guide itself, we kind of need to talk about the author, Nelson Virgil, because his personal journey seems to have profoundly shaped this resource. Who is he exactly, and what led him to become such a prominent voice in men's health?
It's a remarkable story, actually. Nelson Virgil is, and this might surprise you, a chemical engineer by training. But then over 30 years ago, he received an HIV diagnosis. And that moment, well, it became this powerful catalyst for a relentless search. He started digging into cutting-edge health knowledge. Instead of, giving into despair, which would be understandable, he channeled all that energy into exploring therapies, specifically therapies to combat wasting syndrome. And not just for himself, but for his peers, too. This drive pushed him to review just tons of medical literature, attend countless health conferences. He became a real advocate. He even ended up serving on NIH and FDA review panels. So this very personal fight for survival, it really laid all the groundwork for the work he does now.
Wow, that's quite an origin story. So how did that intense personal health battle then evolve? How did it lead to creating resources that now help such a much broader audience in men's health?
Well, his early advocacy, it naturally extended outwards. He co-authored a book called Built to Survive, which became a really key guide in the HIV field, specifically for wasting treatment. But from there, his focus broadened quite significantly, moving towards the general population. And that eventually culminated in Testosterone, a man's guide, and also the creation of ExcelMale.com and DiscountedLabs.com. ExcelMale.com is particularly significant. I mean, it boasts somewhere between 42,000 and 55,000 members globally. It's huge. It's definitely one of the largest, most active men's health forums out there. Just a really vibrant community. And he didn't stop there. He also founded nonprofits like the Body Positive Wellness Clinic. So if you connect the dots, his ability to synthesize really complex information and his deep commitment to empowering people, whether they're patients or clinicians, it all stems directly from his own journey, navigating a life-threatening condition and then just dedicating himself to sharing that knowledge.
Okay, that context is really important. Now let's turn to the guide itself, Beyond Testosterone, the illustrated guide. Given Nelson's background, you'd expect it to be thorough, right? But what really makes it stand out? What sets it apart from other health guides you might pick up?
Well, the most immediate thing, and the title hints at this, is just how visual it is. It's a 427-page full-color manual, and it makes really extensive use of vibrant illustrations, charts, diagrams, you name it. This whole approach is specifically designed to make complex information much easier to digest and understand. It doesn't matter if you're a patient trying to figure out your lab results or maybe a healthcare professional looking for quick clarity. Yeah, I've heard users describe it like going through slides, which makes it incredibly helpful, especially if you're a visual learner. It's even formatted as a print replica Kindle edition, really highlighting that visual focus.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think, especially for the learner. The guide isn't just static text, is it? It does something different, something that makes it really dynamic for a print resource.
Absolutely. That's a key feature. The guide is actually packed with QR codes, and these codes link you directly to updated online content on excelmale.com. So it essentially transforms the book into a kind of living resource. It gives you immediate access to extra videos, articles, the very latest insights, all curated by the large community we mentioned, which raises a pretty important question, doesn't it? How often do you find a book that essentially updates itself? pulling in the latest information and insights from this active global community. So it's not just Nelson Virgil's expertise, though that's substantial. It's also the collective wisdom of thousands of patients and clinicians, all distilled from something like 13 years of real-world case discussions and shared experiences on ExcelMale.com. That ongoing input continually enriches the guide. It's quite powerful.
Wow. So what does all this mean for you, the reader, the listener? This guide sounds like it covers way more than just the absolute basics of testosterone. What specific areas does it get into that you might find particularly valuable?
Oh, it's incredibly comprehensive. It really addresses the full spectrum of hormone health. It does start with the fundamentals, sure. What it calls testosterone 101, covering how to diagnose low testosterone. The medical term is hypogonadism, which, simply put, just means your body isn't producing enough of this really vital hormone. Then it explores the various treatment options available around the world, but it very quickly moves beyond testosterone, just like the title says, in a lot of crucial ways. For instance, one thing that's quite unique is that it specifically addresses testosterone in women. That's a topic often completely overlooked in guides focused primarily on men's health. It sheds light on why testosterone is also vital for female well-being, and it provides really extensive detail on how you might increase testosterone naturally, plus the broad benefits of testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT. And critically, how to manage potential side effects, including impacts on things like the prostate and the cardiovascular system. That's obviously very important. It also covers other vital hormones and related conditions, things like human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG, that's sometimes used to simulate your body's own testosterone production, and estradiol. The book actually dubs it the other male hormone because it plays such an important, often misunderstood role in men's health too. Then there's dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, in conditions like gynecomastia, which is male breast tissue development. And it tackles common TRT-related issues too, like acne, potential hair loss, water retention, high blood pressure, things people worry about.
And it sounds like it even goes into broader health stuff too, beyond just the hormone levels themselves, integrating a more holistic view, maybe, giving you the full toolkit.
Precisely, exactly. It touches upon common issues like erectile dysfunction and low libido, which are often linked to hormones. It also covers the clinical use of certain FDA-approved anabolic steroids, but specifically for conditions like wasting syndrome. It's very clear about the context. And it delves into things like fertility and HPTA recovery. Now, the HPTA, that's the hypothalamic pituitary testicular axis, it's basically the complex feedback loop in your body that regulates testosterone production. So the guide offers clear advice on how that system can recover, perhaps after stopping TRT. It also covers growth hormone-releasing products, diagnosing and managing thyroid dysfunction, another key hormonal system, and crucially, mental health. It really recognizes that profound link between your hormones and your overall sense of well-being, your mood, your energy. The book also gives really practical advice on nutrition and exercise considerations, what works best alongside hormone optimization. Nelson even includes his personal tips for TRT patients. And there's an absolutely essential section on how to properly monitor TRT lab tests, what to look for, what the numbers mean. There's even a section with information in Spanish and interviews with other experts, which makes it incredibly accessible and well-rounded. For instance, just one key insight it stresses something often overlooked is how crucial sleep quality is for naturally optimizing testosterone. It provides actionable steps that go beyond just diet and exercise basics. So yeah, this comprehensive approach really ensures that you, the listener, can gain a true end-to-end understanding of hormone health.
Wow. This deep dive into Beyond Testosterone, the illustrated guide, has really shown a light on how a single, really well-crafted source can distill just enormous amounts of complex knowledge. It feels like a real testament to Nelson Virgil's dedication, combining that personal experience, scientific rigor, and all that community wisdom into one incredibly valuable resource.
Indeed. I think this guide really stands as an important beacon of knowledge in this, rapidly evolving field of hormone optimization. It's not just about understanding testosterone itself. It's really about empowering you, the patient, to reclaim vitality, and also enabling clinicians to enhance their practices with practical evidence-based protocols. Its unique blend, the detailed info, the visual aids, those dynamic online links, it truly makes it an indispensable guide for many.
So for you, our curious listener, maybe consider this. In this world, absolutely inundated with health information, what does it actually mean to be truly well-informed? Not just about the what, but the why and the how. How can you leverage resources like Beyond Testosterone, resources that aren't just comprehensive and good at clarifying tricky terms, but also actively integrate community insights and evolving knowledge? How can resources like this empower you to make truly informed decisions about your own unique health journey? Something to think about.